time it is?
Boom shakalaka! Yay! All right. Yes, indeed. We're trying to reconnect, and all kinds of things are going on here. You know, thank you for joining us on Ms. Rocky and Shaviva North End Update Live, because
there's always something good happening on the North End and everywhere else.
That's right, Shaviva. And you know what? We're here to tell you about it. You might have to drive past Franklin Street, 14 other streets, and you know, all kinds of things are going on downtown, but we're here and so are you, and we're so glad to have you.
Yes, we are. Hey, shout out to Philip Banks, Jennifer Onibo, Gretchen Harris-Suter, Tom Powers.
And shout out to Aja Agbese, Dusky Steele, Heidi Hoff Morrissey. Hi, Heidi. Mike Seavey. Be sure to watch our North End Update page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, and don't forget to check out our website, NorthendUpdate.org.
Yes, and you got a great show lined up today, Shaviva. We got the one and only Bree Boss, and the only, well, actually, Bree Boss is going to talk about the Gates Park transformation in just a little bit. And we have the one and only Grant Veeder.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and you know, he's all about that vote life.
That's right, getting everybody up to speed.
Yes, right. And for our Give It Air.
Yes, we're going to be talking about Hispanic Heritage Month is the last week of it, and also names, people. Get it right.
Right. That's a great thing to talk about because, well, you have a name that people want to I even call you short for your name sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, if we know each other, that's cool. But if we don't, call me by my name.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And also, our talking point is we're going to talk to Grant and Bree about how they know when enough is enough. And there's a difference between giving up and knowing when there's enough.
Yes.
Enough is enough. Because sometimes, whether it be in a relationship or in your job life, you know, maybe your boss is harassing you and you put up with it for a while. When do you say, you know what?
Enough is enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And today we are looking for those people. The first, how many, Caleb?
5.
First 5. Caleb says 5. The first 5 that comment boom shakalaka get in the drawing along with the ones that did it last week for
a wonderful prize.
Dominique Seafood.
Yes, that is a wonderful prize.
I'm telling you.
If you don't know, now you know.
That's right. Okay. This has been a big month, Shaviva.
Yeah, Fire Prevention Month, Breast Cancer Awareness, Domestic Violence Awareness. And also, as I mentioned before, this is the last week of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Right. And so this, so it's a lot to add on to, you know, with all those things, but we didn't want to miss out on Hispanic Heritage Month. And we're going to tie that into our Give It Air with the names. Yes. So, breaking news. We got some breaking news, and I think it's just in. Caleb, where's our breaking news? Okay. I already know what it is.
Right. So go ahead, break it.
Okay, you ready? Brian's Blue Plate will be opening November 1st at the Best Western right here in Waterloo, Shaviva.
That's something to look forward to, for sure.
Yes.
Okay. And another breaking news is that Royal Legacy did a great interview with Mayor Hart at his office, and to see that video, go to our website, our webpage.
Yes, go to our North End Update or Rocky and Shaviva Facebook page and see that wonderful interview. They were so candid.
I know.
And they made the mayor try to choose his favorite ice cream. And that was pretty hard for him.
Okay.
So see what he says on our wall and like that post. Okay, we got a question from our email, Shaviva.
Oh, that's right. Jillian in Des Moines asks, what's the right page to watch your show on? North End Update or the Rocky and Shaviva page? And that one's sort of a no-brainer.
Okay.
Watch whichever one you prefer, because you cannot go wrong watching either page.
That's right. Because either page has the best show on the internet, and guess who says so?
Everybody.
Well,
right?
actually, Derek Holmes said it first.
Oh, okay.
Hometown
You're
said
right.
that we're the best show, so we're just going to go with that.
That's
'cause
right.
We
I'll
kind of
claim
think
it.
so too. All right. Well, I think now it's time to talk to our guests, and thank you for waiting. And they're going to sing for us too. Now, Grant, you already know, right? Bree, you already know. She said, I know.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Bree Boss, and thank you
you.
so much for joining us.
Absolutely happy to be here.
Yes, and of course, Grant Veeder, we've had you on the show.
Yeah,
Welcome.
I'm pleased to be here again. Thanks a lot for inviting me.
Yes, we're going to talk about all those gardens that I see on Facebook one day. But when you're not here in the political capacity, one day we're going to just talk. What's your wife's name?
Kim.
Kim. I've seen posts of your beautiful garden from the bathroom window or something.
Well, some from there. I guess you didn't buy that it was from a satellite.
No, that wasn't flying. You gave me some choices, and I think I chose the window. All right. Well, we got a couple of questions for our guest today, Shaviva, in our Give It Air no, what is it in our talking point?
Yes, yes. We try to give out some sort of encouraging word every week now, and the point that we want to talk about today is there is a big difference between giving up and knowing when enough is enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Bree, have you ever experienced, or do you know, how do you differentiate when do you give up?
So I'm a competitive person.
Oh,
so giving up
okay.
is tough for me.
It is.
But in time with my career, I've kind of learned to, if it's starting to affect my mental health or my family life, that's when it's time to just let it go.
Draw
and
the line.
find something else, move on.
Good, good. How about you, Grant? Do you have a threshold that, like, a lot of people test your patience, or?
That's kind of a tough question. I tend to go with the flow. I know that I'm not always going to be happy with the results of my endeavors if other people aren't on board. But I know that you can't always have everything your own way, and so I try to get the best out of a situation and try to keep good relations with everybody that I work with.
And that can be a challenge sometimes, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I know, especially when you're in the political arena, and nowadays politics are so divisive. And I think
Yeah.
I saw a meme that made me laugh so hard because it said, be sure to bring up politics during the holidays or during Thanksgiving. That way you can be sure you don't have so many Christmas gifts to buy. So, you know, and right now in this political climate, that's about right. If you bring it up, you're going to make a few people angry around the dinner table. So maybe that's not the best advice, right? Right. Okay.
Well, what about you, Rocky? As
Oh.
far as the difference between giving up and knowing when enough is enough.
Oh, I didn't know I was getting interviewed. Let's
Well,
see.
you had previous notice of the question.
There you go.
Let's see. When is enough enough? I think I'll agree with Bree. When it starts affecting your mental health, or you know, if it starts invading your home and happiness or something like that, then I think it's time to just say, you know what, I got to back up. But several times I think, you know, you've experienced along with me, we may not get the views we want, or, you know, or we might have technical difficulty on our show, but when we get great emails like the ones we've been getting lately and tell people, say things like, you know, you're the best show on the internet. You know, it makes you want to keep going further. So
Yeah.
I always say I don't like, nobody likes a quitter, but so we keep trudging along. So
Yeah.
how about you, Shaviva?
Well, for me, I'm usually a pretty patient person. And when something upsets my peace and I can't think of anything else to do with it or do about it, I have to leave it alone. I have to leave it alone.
Okay, that makes good sense. Well, we hope that you will comment if you're watching our show now or later and tell us what your threshold is. And we just always like to have our talking point because sometimes somebody needs to hear just that. I think it was last week somebody said they thought we were talking just to them. So,
Oh, yeah.
so hopefully this is helpful to get the perspective of others. Okay, now it's our Give It Air, and it's Hispanic Heritage Month this month, and we wanted to give a shout out to all the Hispanic heritage people because, culture is important and sharing and community is important. And we're going to tie that into names, Shaviva. We, you know how often some names don't sound like Dick, Jane, and Sally. And I think you run across a lot of names with all the voters and people in the community. And so just wanted to give a little air to, if you don't want to call me Jocelyn, you should say my name, which is Jocelyn. And if you don't know, you better ask the person.
Exactly. When it comes to pronouncing people's names, that can easily be a stumbling block. And a lot of times people will just sort of just quote, let it slide. But I don't think you should. I think you should correct people when they mispronounce your name. Or for those people who willingly, well, can I call you such and such? No.
Right.
That's not my name. Well, what about, such and such?
Well, it's like you probably, Dr. Okay, let me say it. Nafisa.
Okay, yeah.
Imbonia. You have to really ask the person what their name is and how to say it.
How it's pronounced, yeah.
So say it because you know the whole name. I don't want to just mess it up like I just did.
No, I will just, another example, I'll say Jennifer Onibo.
Yes.
Because her last name, there's a G in it, and, so there's I was saying Onigbo because of the G, but she pronounced it, and there was the G is silent or whatever, so it helps for someone to pronounce their name the way it's supposed to be said.
Yeah. Can you think of any names that you can't pronounce? Can you say Jocelyn?
Jocelyn?
Oh.
I got it right on the first try.
Okay. How about Bree? Is your name Bree?
No, it is not.
Oh.
So speaking of I actually cut my name short when I hit college because so many people mispronounce my name.
Oh, see? So you can relate.
Yeah, it was a Brianna, Brian.
No.
Yeah, Brienne.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when I got to college, I cut it short to Bree.
Keep
So
it simple.
pre-college and family, they know me by Brienne. Everybody else knows me by Bree.
Okay, great. Well, good. Well, we just wanted to give that a little air and make sure people know that respectfully call people by their names if you can. All right. Moving on. What do you got for ladies first, Shaviva?
Well, what we have today for Ladies First, Ms. Bree, first of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
Yes, so I am the aquatics director for the City of Waterloo. I guess my technical title is Aquatics and Safety Services Specialist, long one. So I oversee aquatics operations for the city, which includes the SportsPlex pool, which is year-round. And then in the summers, I oversaw Gates Pool and Burns Pool. So I also oversee all the staff, all the hiring, the managing them from day to day. I oversee a lot of maintenance. So
Oh,
I get
my
my hands dirty a lot.
Okay.
You are busy.
Yeah, I get to do a lot. And just the day-to-day operations that keep it functioning, keeping our programs running. We do year-round swim lessons, so doing that, and then leveraging my passion projects are leveraging partnerships within the Cedar Valley and mainly Waterloo to help bring swim programs to a more diverse range of kids and to not let it slide that swimming is a lifelong skill and just to try to help kids learn those basic life-saving skills to hopefully prevent drownings in the future.
Oh, yes. Very, very good. That's your passion.
That is my passion. That
Well,
is
I
my
love it.
heart is swim lessons.
Well,
I
great.
love swim lessons.
And where would you recommend somebody call or look into if they were interested in getting their children involved in swim lessons?
So you can either call me personally at the SportsPlex. There's nothing more that I love talking to families about than my kid has never done swim lessons before, they're this age, what do we do? Because I can either direct them towards like a private swim lesson or our traditional group swim lessons, or if they're a part of the Waterloo schools, we have a partnership with the Waterloo School District that we offer free swim lesson programming to 6th through 8th graders who sign up. Transportation isn't an issue. The kids get bused from their respective junior highs over to the SportsPlex, and they basically can have just basic swim lesson experience, and then we also have fun too because we have nice water slides, so they get lots of activity.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
What about adult swim lessons?
We do, so adult swim lessons, that's another thing that I want to try to incorporate here within the next year. Actually, the biggest request for private swim lessons is from adults.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I want to be able to get something going, get a solid instructor. So if anybody knows anybody out there, shout out, get them in contact with me. I want someone who is good with adults. We will teach to from 6 months all the way up.
All right, and our next question is the Gates transformation.
Yes.
We had the mayor here, and he used our table like a map. You know, the last time he was here.
Yeah.
He
But-
did a beautiful job.
Oh, he did. He's so proud of it. But there are a lot of community members that may not understand. They call it a splash pad.
Yep.
Let's talk about that.
Yes, it is so much more than a splash pad.
Okay.
Especially being on the inside, getting to see all the, like from picking out what spray features we're going to have, what playground equipment we're going to have. I was just in a meeting last week where we got to talk about the inclusive playground
Look
and
at
what
the graphics,
amenities
yeah.
are going to be there. And I was just blown away. It
Yeah.
is a place that my family personally, having littles, I will spend hours there.
Okay.
And then my daughter just got some new roller skates for her birthday, so I was like, she could take advantage of the little roller ring.
So
and
need
learn
the
how.
roller ring. Yeah. So for those of you that don't really understand that this is a total transformation of several acres.
80 acres.
80
in
acres.
Total, all the way from Donald down to Lester Street.
Oh my.
Okay.
So
Wow,
that is
that's-
a big span.
That
Yep. So
is.
I think the biggest thing I've come across personally when people talk about, or they're upset about the community losing a pool on the north side, is most of what I hear is, are you taking out the pool and putting in a splash pad?
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
No.
Right.
I was like, it is so much more big, so much more grand. And I think the mayor did a wonderful job describing kind of the layout. But yeah, so where the current pool site is, we will have a small performance center, updated shelters. We'll have well-lit basketball courts with a multi-purpose skating rink around it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so for walking, jogging, just watching anything going on the courts.
Wow.
As you head down the hill where the current tennis courts are and small playground is, we'll have a inclusive park and a spray
that
park.
is so important. Yes.
And what's really special about that is, and don't quote me, I've told people not to quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that'll be the first combo spray park inclusion park in the state.
Oh, wow.
In Waterloo.
Yes,
So
I
that
love
is
what
a
we're doing
major
around
attraction.
Yes.
Sounds like progress to me.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
And where
long
can
is
people see the layout? Oh, I'm
How
sorry.
long is this projected to take?
So Gates, obviously the last pool season was the end of this summer. We will start construction and kind of ripping things out, tearing things down, spring of 2023.
Oh.
And then we are hoping to start opening up pieces of the park summer 2024.
Okay. Cedar Valley SportsPlex is where they can see the layout, I think.
I
So,
designed the website myself.
okay,
Yes,
great. Oh, you did?
I did. Yes,
Go,
I did
girl.
the website
I
for,
love it. I
for
love
the
it.
SportsPlex too.
Well, thank you so much, Bree
Yes,
Boss. It's such a
absolutely.
pleasure to meet you and to
Thank
feel your
you.
energy and your love
Yes,
for
that
the
a lot.
community
Oh.
Yes,
and,
and enthusiasm for this project.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
and passion
I can't
for
wait
swimming.
it. Oh, me too. Love me some
Are you a
aquatics.
swimmer?
I used to be. I have shoulder problems. It makes it difficult, but I love to swim.
Oh, okay. So do I.
So
do I.
therapeutic.
Yes, it is.
Nowhere I'm happier.
Yes, great. And it shows. I
It
mean, just
does.
talk
I
about
love
swimming. You got
water.
her going. Okay, now we're going to talk about politics and get you going. We're going to talk
It's
about
just as exciting as swimming.
right. Right. Welcome to our show, Grant. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes. Talk about what you want us to know. We know we got the calendar posted on our page, but talk about some of these important dates.
Okay, I have a list of dates that I think are pretty important for people to know about with the election that's coming up on November 8th. And this is the calendar that Rocky's talking about.
Yes.
It's
Okay,
on,
there we've got
yeah,
a
there it is,
visual
up
there.
on the screen. You can find that on their Facebook page. You can find it on the County Auditor's Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. And it shows a bunch of important dates. Next Wednesday is a very important day. That's the first day that anybody can vote absentee for this upcoming general election. And voting absentee includes early voting. It's voting by mail. It's voting in person. Whatever you vote before the election is absentee voting. So that day is important for two things. That's the first day that we can mail out absentee ballots to people who have requested them. We receive thousands of requests for ballots, but we can't mail any of them out until next week, the 19th. That's also the first day that people can come to our office to vote at the courthouse. And one thing I want to note, there are people who have sent us absentee ballot requests, and they haven't gotten their ballots yet, and they might think, well, maybe I should go to vote on next Wednesday. We can't stop you from doing that, but please wait for your ballot to come in mail, because we don't want to have to void one ballot, so that we make sure that you're only voting the ballot that you come in to vote with on the 19th. So if you can just be a little patient, your ballot will probably be here or you're in your hands on the 20th or the 21st if you have sent us a ballot request. So also there will be in-person voting at some satellite locations. We will have 3 days of voting at the Mocker Union at UNI. That will be on the 19th through the 21st, Wednesday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then another one at Friendship Village on Tuesday the 25th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday the 26th at the Diamond Event Center, the Western Home in Cedar Falls, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then on the 27th, we're going to be at the SportsPlex.
Oh, that's Take a plunge while you're there.
Yeah, there we go.
You should vote your absentee ballot and then go see Bree and check out swimming lessons and the plan for the new complex and everything. So anyway, that is the extent of our satellite voting, but in-person voting will continue at the election office in the courthouse, 316 East 5th Street, from the 19th all the way through November 7th, which is the day before the election. So you can vote at the courthouse up to the day before the election. On election day, all voting is at the polling places. There's no voting at the courthouse, so don't come to the courthouse on Tuesday, November 8th.
All right.
Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on election day. We will be open on Saturday, November the 5th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for people that can vote more easily on the weekend. And there are a number of new laws, and I'm not talking about how the new laws have changed some of these things that I've described already, but one that I want to pay special note to is the fact that it used to be that if you sent us your absentee ballot in the mail, as long as it was postmarked the day before the election or earlier, we would count it. Now, all ballots have to be in our office by 8 p.m. on the day of the election, November 8th. No exceptions unless, okay, there are exceptions, but the exceptions are for like overseas military and civilian voters and for some people in the Safe at Home program. But everybody else, their ballot needs to be to us by 8 p.m. on election day if that ballot's going to count. So,
All right.
those are the main things that I wanted to stress. Make sure I hit everything. I have my notes here. Oh, I also wanted to note that we have a drop box that's at the entrance of the courthouse. The main entrance to the courthouse is the parking lot entrance. That's the only place you can get in the courthouse
Oh,
because of security and all that. It's been that way
Sure.
for a number of years.
yes.
But anyway, there's an absentee ballot drop box back there. It will be open for use 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, up through 8 p.m. on election day.
Seems like you are really going to a
drop
lot
box.
of effort to make sure that every demographic has the opportunity, and you know the times are pretty open too. So,
Right.
registered voters, unregistered voters, get registered. I mean, yeah, do it.
Oh, please
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
It's so important. This election and every election
Yes.
is so important. And we definitely want you to get out and vote. I mean, this guy has been working tirelessly. What else do you do? Are you having time to do anything else this time of year? I mean, your job would seem to kind of take up a lot.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to my staff. You know, I am not doing elections 24/7. I have other aspects of my job, but the people that are in the election office, Karen Showalter, the elections manager, and the staff in there, both the full-time staff, and we have a lot of temporary staff because this is such a large election. And they are putting in long hours and doing a lot of work, and they do excellent work. And so avail yourselves of those people's hard work and make sure you vote either before the election or on election day.
Yes, please do. And what about politics? Are you ever thinking about running for office? I mean, you look like you could probably pass for a governor.
I know, you got the voice.
I have run for office every 4 years as county auditor.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's right. Okay, that's true. I voted for you too, so
Thank you.
just so you
Indeed.
know, just so you know. All right, Grant, it's always such a pleasure to have you here on the show. And we're going to talk about our sustaining collaborators. Did we have any comments, Caleb? I know we were late, and I don't know if we even have viewers.
We have one comment.
Oh.
Bernadine Fintel Corey
Oh.
said boom shakalaka, but
Bernadine, boom shakalaka. Thank you.
it didn't come through because the
Oh.
North End update phone has been coming in and out.
Okay, well, thank you, Caleb.
Yes.
We got to get that all situated, and we'll do better next week. We promise, so don't give up on us. Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk about our sustaining collaborators.
Yes, indeed. The Waterloo Community Foundation. We Arose Co-op all season long. They help to eliminate food deserts by increasing access to affordable, local, healthy food options.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. Yes, they do. And if you say Rocky and Shaviva, you get an extra batch of collard greens in your bucket basket. I'm just cutting up. I'm being silly. It's almost football time, and I'm
There
getting
we go.
excited. Okay, okay. And who else do we have? The Grout Museum District,
Yes.
who is just doing an amazing job working in community. They have a new exhibit, Midwest Comforts. Make sure you go and check that out because it is
It's like a
Amazing.
time capsule. Yeah, it's like going back in time.
all the way to the pack of Lucky Strikes on the coffee
I
table in the
know.
kitchen. They got a pack of cigarettes on the kitchen table with the Green Giant commercial. I mean, it's just
And
so.
yeah, right. If you grew up during that time,
Yes.
definitely you'll see everything that you recognize. And if you didn't, and you're younger, and think, "Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
people
that's all
actually
good.
used to live like this." Yes.
Right. And don't forget Educational Talent Search. Make sure you check out our wall and find out what you can do to improve your life through education at any age.
That's right. The
All
Educational
right.
Opportunity Center. I definitely
Yeah, EOC.
say they definitely I played a part in my college education, and yeah, I give them a lot of respect for that. So
Yes.
yeah, you never know what you can do
That's-
with your, just
Educational Opportunity Center. And we are wrapping it up, but we got to sing happy birthday. And you know, Shaviva messed up the whole broadcast the first time, so
Yes, I did.
we
Yes.
got extra time, but I think we're going to wrap it up. We're going to sing happy birthday to these wonderful birthday people, the best birthday people.
Indeed.
Peggy Pasone, Umaro Balde, Henry Kennedy, Twyla Anderson, Tara Hickey, my homegirl, my cousin, And Nisha Young Shaviva.
All right, and Dondi Hickey.
Another family
You know that
member.
guy, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Latasha Frost Curare. Keith Bruton, that's my cousin.
Yes.
Ida Mae Edmiston.
Oh, May May.
Nick Oliver.
Yes. my
And
cousin.
May Ambrose.
Yes, all my
Happy
family having
birthday.
birthdays, right?
Yes.
Okay, and we want to sing happy birthday to you because, and it goes something like this. They're making us wrap it up. I'm sure you would agree
It couldn't fit more perfectly
than to have a world party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday! I
to
can't hear
ya.
you, Grant.
Happy birthday to
I
ya.
can't hear you, Kayla.
Happy birthday, happy birthday
Come on
to
now.
ya. Happy birthday
And
to
there you
ya.
are. Where are
Happy
you?
birthday.
Yay! People! Time to celebrate. Get ready for our upcoming shows. We got Wayne Castle from the talk about the new marina to be located near the Marriott. And we got some more people coming up too next week. So make sure to keep watching and keep doing more of what makes you awesome,
Like Grant.
like Grant
And like Bree.
and like Bree,
Yes.
because it makes us all look good.
That's right. And remember, if it's Friday, it's
North End
End Update.
Update. Boom shakalaka. See you next week.